Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the 7 stages of cybersecurity, also known as the cyber kill chain. This is like a playbook for how cyber attacks happen, and knowing how each play works is the key to building a solid defense. We're going to break down each stage step by step, so you can really understand the mechanics of a cyber attack. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more awesome content, and let's get right into it. Alright, let's kick things off with the first stage of the cyber kill chain, Reconnaissance. This is the foundation upon which the entire attack is built. This is where the attackers are doing their homework, gathering as much intel as they can on their target. They are meticulous, leaving no stone unturned. Think of it like casing a joint, except instead of a bank, it's your network. They are looking for any weak points they can exploit. They could be looking for publicly available information, like employee names, email addresses, or even social media posts. Anything that can give them an edge. They might even dig into your company's website, looking for vulnerabilities in your systems or software. This could include outdated plugins or unpatched software. And here's the thing, a lot of this reconnaissance happens right under your nose. It's so covert that you might not even realize it's happening. You wouldn't believe how much information is just out there, ripe for the picking, in the vast digital wasteland we call the internet. Your digital footprint can be a goldmine for attackers. They might even use automated tools to scan for open ports or vulnerabilities. These tools can quickly identify potential entry points. It's like they're using a digital crowbar, jiggling every doorknob until they find one that's unlocked. Persistence is key in this stage. Attackers might also use social engineering tactics like phishing emails or fake phone calls to trick employees into giving up sensitive information. These methods can be surprisingly effective. The point is, reconnaissance is all about gathering as much information as possible to plan the attack. The more they know, the more precise their attack can be. So what can you do about it? Be mindful of what you post online. Even seemingly harmless information can be used against you. And on the technical side, make sure your systems are up to date with the latest security patches, and that you have strong passwords in place. Regularly update your software and educate your employees about the importance of cybersecurity. Stay vigilant, my friends. Okay, so the attackers have done their homework, they've got their intel, they know your weaknesses. Now it's time for stage 2, weaponization. This is where they take that information and craft it into a weapon that can exploit your vulnerabilities. The weapon of choice? Usually some form of malware like viruses, worms, or Trojans. Each of these nasty little programs is designed to do different things, from stealing data to taking control of your entire system. They might even customize the malware to target your specific systems, making it even more effective. Weaponization also involves packaging the malware in a way that makes it more likely to slip past your defenses. They might embed it in a seemingly harmless file, like a document or an image, or disguise it as a legitimate program. The takeaway here is that attackers are constantly developing new and more sophisticated ways to weaponize their attacks. That's why it's crucial to have robust security measures in place to detect and block these threats before they can do any damage. Stay alert and keep your defenses strong. Alright, so the attackers have got their weapon prepped and ready to go. They've meticulously crafted their malicious code, ensuring it's as stealthy and destructive as possible. Now it's time for stage 3 delivery. This is the critical phase where the attackers send their payload to the target. This is where they actually get that malicious code onto your system. It's the moment of truth for the attackers. Think of it like the delivery guy showing up at your door, except instead of a pizza, he's carrying a box full of digital doom. It's a package you definitely don't want to receive. One of the most common delivery methods is phishing emails. These emails are crafted to look as legitimate as possible. You know those emails you get, the ones that look like they're from your bank or a trusted website? But they're actually just trying to trick you into clicking on a malicious link or downloading an infected file? Yeah, those. They prey on your trust and curiosity. And then there are malicious websites. These sites are another favorite tool for attackers. These are websites that have been specifically designed to infect your computer with malware. Just visiting them can be enough to compromise your system. They might look like legitimate websites, but as soon as you visit them, bam, you're infected. It's like stepping into a trap. And let's not forget about USB drives. These seemingly innocent devices can be loaded with harmful software. The point is, there are a lot of different ways for attackers to deliver their malware. They are constantly evolving their methods to catch you off guard. So, be careful what you click on, be wary of suspicious emails, and for the love of all that is good and holy, don't plug random USB drives into your computer. Always stay vigilant and protect your digital life. Chapter 4. Exploitation. Breaking and entering. The payload has been delivered, it's sitting there on your system, disguised as something harmless. Now it's time for Stage 4. Exploitation. This is where the attackers actually use that malware to exploit a vulnerability in your system and gain access. Think of it like this. You've got a crack in your wall, right? The malware, that's the crowbar the attacker uses to wedge that crack open and force their way in. This is why it's so important to keep your software up to date. Software updates often include security patches that fix known vulnerabilities. But it's not just about outdated software. Attackers can also exploit vulnerabilities in your operating system, your web browser, even your plugins. And once they've found that vulnerability, boom, they're in. They've got access to your system. Chapter 5, Installation, Setting Up Shop. All right, so the attackers have exploited a vulnerability, they've got their foot in the door. Now it's time for Stage 5 Installation. This is where they set up shop, installing malware or other tools on your compromised system to give them persistent access and allow them to carry out their evil plans. One of the first things they might do is install a backdoor. This is a piece of malware that gives them a secret way to access your system, even if you've patched the original vulnerability. They might also install a keylogger, which records every keystroke you make, giving them access to your passwords, credit card numbers, and other sensitive information. And let's not forget about rootkits. These are particularly nasty pieces of malware that burrow deep into your system, making themselves invisible to your antivirus software. It's like they're wearing an invisibility cloak, except the cloak is code, and instead of hiding them from your eyes, it's hiding them from your security software. Chapter 6. Command and Control. Calling the shots. Alright, so the attackers have installed their malware, they've got their backdoors in place. Now it's time for Stage 6. Command and Control. This is where they establish a connection to the compromised system, creating a channel for sending and receiving commands and data. This Command and Control channel, or C2 as it's often called, is the attacker's lifeline to the compromised system. They can use it to remotely control your computer, download additional malware, steal your data, or even launch attacks against other targets. And here's the scary part. Attackers are constantly coming up with new and more sophisticated ways to hide their C2 traffic. They might route it through multiple servers, encrypt it, or even disguise it as legitimate traffic. This is why it's so important to have strong network security measures in place, like firewalls and intrusion detection systems. These tools can help to identify and block suspicious traffic, preventing attackers from establishing a C2 channel in the first place. Chapter 7. Actions on Objectives. Game over. The attackers have infiltrated your systems, they've established control, and now we're at the final stage, the reason behind the entire operation, actions on objectives. This is the culmination of all their efforts, the point where they aim to reap the rewards of their malicious activities. This is where the attackers finally get to cash in, achieving their ultimate goal, whatever that may be. It could be financial gain, strategic advantage, or simply causing harm. This stage is all about what the attackers were after in the first place. Their motives can vary widely, but the impact is always significant. Were they after your financial data? Your intellectual property? These are common targets because they hold immense value. Or maybe they just wanted to cause chaos and disruption. Sometimes the goal is to destabilize operations and create confusion. Whatever their objective, this is where they make their move. The attackers are now in a position to execute their final plans. If they were after data, they might start exfiltrating it from your network, sending it to their own servers or selling it on the dark web. This stolen data can be used for identity theft, corporate espionage, or sold to the highest bidder. If they were after money, they might try to divert funds from your bank accounts or hold your data hostage with ransomware. Ransomware attacks can cripple an organization, forcing them to pay hefty sums to regain access to their own data. And if they were just out to cause trouble, they might launch a denial of service attack, crippling your website or network and disrupting your operations. Such attacks can lead to significant downtime and loss of customer trust. The actions they take at this stage can have a devastating impact on individuals and organizations alike, leading to financial losses, reputational damage, and even legal consequences. The ripple effects can be long-lasting and far-reaching. That's why it's absolutely crucial to have a plan in place for responding to security incidents. Being prepared can make all the difference in mitigating the damage and recovering swiftly. Outro, stay safe out there. And that's a wrap on the 7 stages of cybersecurity. Remember, understanding these stages is crucial for defending your network. Knowledge is power, and when it comes to cybersecurity, that power is in your hands. So stay informed, stay vigilant, and for the love of all that is good in this world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more informative content.